Hey, good afternoon, YouTube. It's Rob with Yardman LLC. It's the 11th of July, 2020. Look at this grass back here. So the reason I'm shooting this video is because I've got clients that want grass like this, and they're not really sure how to get it. Would you look at this? Now, I cut this last Sunday. Today is Saturday, so it's been 6 days. Look at the length of this grass. I'm mowing it tall. When I mowed it on Sunday of last week, I mowed it at 4 1/4 inches. This is tall fescue, and it is gorgeous looking. It is thick. It's hard for weeds to get in here. So one of the best weed preventions that you can do is to have your grass really super thick. Now, I know I always try to make short videos. I'm gonna try on this one. Okay, about 5-6 minutes. I water this grass 7 days a week, or at least 6 days a week, and I'm getting a couple inches of water per week. Okay, now I've been doing some work on this property as well, but I don't live in that part of the building, so I live on this side. So but I am trying to work with this. Now I'm watering. I water in the mornings. When I wake up, my yard has already been watered out here as well, and on the side of the house. Okay, well, during this hottest part of the summer, what I am also doing is I am what's called syringing. So around 3 p.m.-ish, you can do it at noon, you could do it at 4 p.m. What I do is I turn my sprinklers on manually. I could set it on a timer as well, but this sprinkler is going to come on for about 6 or 7 minutes. You could do it for 5. And what I'm doing with watering just a little for a few minutes during the hottest part of the afternoon is I'm cooling down the soil. So imagine yourself on a hot summer day taking a spray bottle and misting your face. Your face is going to feel cooler. Well, that's what I'm doing with the grass, with the yard when I'm syringing. I'm cooling down the soil. Now it looks like I do have some heat stress, or I did, along the side of where the curb meets the grass. So I changed how my sprinkler is hitting that part of the yard, and it was getting less water. But since I've been syringing and mowing taller, the grass is certainly looking good. Okay, so now I'm going to show the products that I use on my yard that a DIYer, maybe such as yourself, you can use the same stuff, and you can do this to your yard as well. But if you're not doing a combination of, let's say, me mowing your yard tall and you doing the watering and somebody doing some weeding, or weed control, and also some feeding, some fertilizers, then you can't expect the same results. All right, so let's go with weed prevention. Real quickly, this is prodiamine 65 water displacing or water dissolving granules. Okay, this is a pre-emergent. It's going to be applied to the yard prior, in the early spring, prior to the grass and prior to everything waking up. That's going to prevent a lot of your weeds from ever even coming in. Okay, so such as dandelions and clover. That's gonna, the dandelions, I think I had 2 this year so far. And on the base that I live at, there's millions of dandelions, but not in my yard. This stuff is cheap. It's not very expensive, but you need to order it. You need to have it delivered to you, and you probably need a way to put it out on your grass. I use a backpack tank sprayer. Okay, you can use a hand pump sprayer as well. So then there are other pre-emergents, depending on what you want to prevent. Use something. Okay, this gets watered in. So that doesn't go with the surfactant. I'll explain the surfactant here in a second. After the weeds have come up, if I have a few weeds in my yard, I use an active ingredient in this, which is called quinclorac. There it is, if you can see that, quinclorac. That active ingredient is going to work on your clover that has come up, your dandelions, and a lot of other broadleaf weeds. That that product says it treats nutsedge. I haven't had a whole lot of success with nutsedge. Okay, it says it works on crabgrass too. So I use that after weeds have come up. Now I recently had some, what do you call it, nutsedge that I was treating in my yard. I've got a few pieces, I can see it, well no. You see this yellowness of these leaves here, these blades of grass? That is my nutsedge. Notice that the grass around it has not turned brown, but it's working specifically on the nutsedge. Okay, so I treated more than one area of my yard where I had an outbreak of some nutsedge, and this product called Sedgehammer from the Gowan Company is doing what it's supposed to do. This stuff's pretty expensive, but again, if you were just treating your yard with, let's say, 5,000 square feet, you might be spending, I don't know, maybe $15 or $20 worth of Sedgehammer from the Gowan Company to treat your yard to help prevent those help get rid of that nutsedge. If you have a larger yard, you're going to have to use more. If you have a smaller yard, you can use less. Okay, so in addition to either this product or the Sedgehammer, I use a surfactant. Now the surfactant helps, though I studied this once before. Let me see if I get this right. It helps create ionic bonds with the chemical and your water, so as to allow the product to bond with water, which will actually stick to the plant. Otherwise, you have what's called runoff. You're still going to be successful without a surfactant, but I use a surfactant for that reason and that reason only. Now, pH level of your water also makes a difference. You want to have somewhere around 6.5 pH. Too high or too low, you're going to want to, if you wanted to have the greatest efficacy or greatest success with your Sedgehammer or whatever you're using the surfactant on, you can adjust your pH. I use the surfactant and I've been successful. Okay, so moving on from the chemicals that I use, this is the grass seed that I use in my yard. Okay, I don't have to use a whole lot because my grass is very thick, very healthy. Here is some fertilizer that I use depending on what I'm wanting and needing in my yard. You can get all this at your big box stores. This, I believe I get at Home Depot. This I can get at Home Depot or Lowe's. Milorganite is quite a few different places. This is your 640, 36-pound bag. Okay, so we got the grass seed, we got the feed, we got the bionutrients here in Milorganite, and we've got ironite. The ironite is gonna help increase the deep dark green of your yard. So all of these things, minus what needs to sit on the grass or the weeds for a while, for instance, the quinclorac or anything that I'm using a surfactant for, you want to not be watering your yard right before or right after. Let that stuff dry on your yard. I'll go as much as 48 hours after using some of those products without touching the yard. I'm not going to want to water it. I'm not going to want to mow it. And I want to give that chemical a chance to really soak into the grass weeds or the leaves or the plant and work from the top down to the root and kill it off. I guess I'm done with my video. It's longer than I wanted. It's going on 10 minutes. If you like what you see, please do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. If you would like to subscribe, that's great. I'm growing the channel. I'm gonna make these videos anyways. But I hope that this video is gonna help some of my clients and even some of you out there in the YouTube world. Y'all stay cool. Talk to you later. Bye.